The lunch lady touched my tray and asked, "Are you allergic to anything?" I shook my head automatically because I'd been eating school lunch for 3 years without incident, and she smiled and moved my tray along. I grabbed a chocolate chip cookie from the dessert section and headed to my usual table where my best friend Marcus, no, I can't use that name, where my best friend Devin was already eating and scrolling through his phone. I didn't think anything of the question until 4th period when Principal Gaines pulled me out of biology class. The walk to his office felt longer than usual, my sneakers squeaking on the polished hallway floors while students stared through classroom windows. Gaines closed his door and gestured to the chair across from his desk, his face arranged in that careful neutral expression adults use when they're about to deliver bad news. Mrs. Kowalski was taken to the hospital during 3rd period, he said slowly. She had a severe allergic reaction to something and went into anaphylactic shock in the faculty lounge. The paramedic stabilized her, but it was close, very close. I asked what that had to do with me, my hands gripping the armrests of the chair. Gaines pulled out a plastic evidence bag containing my lunch tray from earlier, the one Mrs. Kowalski had touched. The school nurse found traces of peanut oil on the tray surface, he explained. Mrs. Kowalski has a documented severe peanut allergy that's in her employee file and posted in the kitchen. Did you bring anything from home today that might have contained peanuts? My backpack sat on the floor next to my chair, and I mentally inventoried everything inside it. Protein bar from this morning, peanut butter flavor. I'd eaten it on the bus and tossed the wrapper in the cafeteria trash before getting in line. The realization must have shown on my face because Gaines leaned forward. The wrapper was recovered from the trash with your name on your morning assignment visible in your backpack pocket, he continued. Residue from the protein bar must have transferred to your hands, then to the tray when you picked it up. When Mrs. Kowalski touched the same spot, she absorbed enough peanut protein through skin contact to trigger a reaction. I started to say that I'd washed my hands after eating, but then I remembered I hadn't. I'd been running late after the bus broke down and had gone straight to 1st period. My stomach dropped. Gaines explained that I wasn't in trouble. It was an accident, but the school board would need to investigate. Mrs. Kowalski's family was already talking about liability and negligence. The school's insurance company would be involved. I should tell my parents what happened before they heard it from someone else. He stood up, signaling the conversation was over, and I walked back to class in a daze. By the time the final bell rang, everyone knew. Devin met me at my locker with his phone out, showing me the group chat where someone had posted that Mrs. Kowalski almost died because of something I did. The messages were escalating fast. Kids I barely knew calling me careless and dangerous. One girl wrote that I should have been more careful around someone with allergies. Another said I was basically a murderer. I tried to explain about the protein bar and the unwashed hands, but Devin just looked at me with this expression I'd never seen before, like he was seeing me differently now. My mom picked me up instead of making me take the bus, her jaw tight as she drove. The school had called her an hour ago with the basic facts, and she'd left work early. We rode in silence until she pulled into our driveway and turned off the engine. Then she asked me to walk her through exactly what happened, step by step, no details left out. I told her about the protein bar, about not washing my hands, about Mrs. Kowalski asking if I was allergic to anything. Mom's hands gripped the steering wheel hard enough that her knuckles went white. She asked why I hadn't washed my hands, and I said I'd been running late and forgot. She closed her eyes and took 3 long breaths before opening her door. Inside the house, my little sister Zoe was doing homework at the kitchen table, and Mom told her to go to her room. Zoe looked between us with worried eyes before gathering her books and disappearing upstairs. That evening, my dad got home from his construction job, and Mom filled him in while I sat at the kitchen table feeling like I was on trial. Dad listened without interrupting, his work boots leaving dirt smudges on the floor Mom usually yelled about. When she finished, he asked me the same question she had. Why didn't you wash your hands? I explained again about the bus, about being late, about rushing. Dad said that wasn't good enough. A woman almost died because I couldn't take 30 seconds to wash my hands. Did I understand how serious this was? I nodded, throat too tight to speak. He said we'd be hearing from lawyers probably, that the school might try to shift blame to us, that this could cost us everything if Mrs. Kowalski's family decided to sue. Mom started crying quietly, which made everything feel worse. I'd seen her cry maybe 3 times in my entire life. Dad put his hand on her shoulder and told me to go to my room while they figured out what to do next. I lay on my bed staring at my phone as the notifications piled up. Someone had created an Instagram account called Riverside Danger Watch and posted my school photo with text overlay. This student sent a teacher to the hospital. Stay safe, Riverside. The account had 50 followers in the first hour. Someone else had edited my yearbook picture to add devil horns and posted it with the caption, "Attempted murderer walks among us." That's when things got a lot worse. Full story is